Nasty, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry I just keep getting this boring background. I went to go film by my books, but my dishwasher is currently on and it's way too loud for me to film, so you get the boring background again. I'm sorry. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog. I quite enjoy doing these reading vlogs and I'm really excited to read this book, so I'm really excited for this one. In this vlog, I'm going to be reading 5 Survive by Holly Jackson, which is a new release from her newest book. When I'm recording this, I think it came out, I don't know, just a few days ago, less than a week ago. And I just got it today. It's on my December TBR, so I'm really excited to get to it and I want to start it, so I wanted to start this vlog. If you don't know, I did do reading vlogs for the 3 books in the Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy. I will try and remember to link those down below, but I had a great time with doing the vlogs for that and I enjoyed the Holly Jackson's writing. Even if I didn't love the twist or whatever the outcome of the book, I really enjoyed the journey that it took me on and the writing. So I'm really excited to get to this, so let's see what this is about. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both of those would mean the absolute world to me. Comment down below if you've read any of Holly Jackson's books in the past or if you're reading this. Let me know. 5 Survive is about a group of friends who are going on their spring break, I think. We follow a girl named Red. They're going on a road trip for spring break, but their RV ends up breaking down in the middle of nowhere. No cell reception, nowhere to go. They soon realize that it breaking down was not some fluke. There is someone trying to kill them, trying to get to them, and I think they're in the RV for most of the book, trying to figure out how they can get out of this scenario, all of them alive. They realize that the person trying to kill them is coming for someone specifically, so they're all trying to figure out who it could be, so secrets come to light and all the drama ensues. It sounds like it's kind of actually creepy, so I'm excited but also a little nervous. We will see if it actually is. I'm gonna start reading this and I think it's gonna be good. I have pretty high hopes for this one. So I am more than halfway through 5 Survive. I've read this really fast because I'm quite enjoying it right now and because it's going really fast. I'm on page 265 and I think there's like 380 pages, and yeah, it reads super fast. It's divided into the hours, and so I'll just be like, okay, I'll read till this hour and then I'll do that, and then I'm like, actually I want to keep reading or pick it up pretty soon after. I want to read more, so that's why I'm doing this update right now, even though I look like this. I just want to keep reading and I want to make sure I did a halfway through review. While it is taking a bit for the secrets to come out, they just start coming out in the last maybe 50 or less pages, so that is taking a while to happen, but there has been like attempts to escape, so that has been filling up the time. But I'm interested to learn all of the secrets because I only have this much left. I don't think I'll finish it tonight, but I could see myself finishing it tomorrow after work. I watched like 5 minutes of an interview with Holly Jackson where she said, so this is written over about 8 hours and she wrote it so you could technically like read it in 8 hours. I think my rating on this will really just depend on the twist and like the reasoning for everything, just the ending in itself. I think that is what my rating will depend on. But I am sticking around for possibly 5 right now. I'm not sure. I have a conspiracy theory that she wanted to name this Survive the Night, but then Riley Sager put his book out called Survive the Night last year, and she was probably writing this then. So I think she wanted to call it that. It's my conspiracy theory again, that she wanted to call it that, but then he called his book that, so she had to pivot and change the name because survive the night has come up in the book, and I think maybe in the synopsis or something. I've heard it like a couple times. So that's my conspiracy theory. I have no idea if that actually happened. I'm enjoying it so far. Very fast read, entertaining. There's one character I can't stand in this. It doesn't make me want to put it down though. I want to like read and see what happens to that person and know their secret. Hope their life goes downhill. So that's good, because even when you just like, you're supposed to like dislike this character, it's not like the character is just unlikable. They're written to be disliked. So yeah, I'm gonna go read some more. I'll catch up with you when I finish 5 Survive. I finished 5 Survive, so let's talk about it. I actually finished this last night. I read this extremely fast for 2 reasons. One, I was procrastinating doing other stuff. But 2, this read extremely fast, which was a huge benefit to it. I think it made the experience reading it so much better. I decided to give it 4 stars. There wasn't really anything that stood out as being bad in this book. There was one really annoying character that I would have thrown out of the RV. They were like the only thing that was like, I don't know that I didn't like about this book, because I think the way they acted was very much how someone would have acted in this situation. And so I understand the character. They were just annoying, obviously, and they were supposed to be annoying. Like, the job was done. She did what she needed to do. So it was a very necessary character. I'll just say it's Oliver. I didn't like Oliver. Like, I really don't have that much to say, because I don't really have that many things that I was against in this book, which makes it easier to talk about. Half the time is if it's something I didn't like, it's easier to talk about. But I didn't really have that much I didn't like. Some people said twist was a little far-fetched, which I don't know if I think it is. If you've watched any TV show or movie that has to do with crime, that's all I'll say. I don't think that this is that far-fetched when you're thinking of fiction. So that's the thing, is maybe this wouldn't happen in real life, but I think it could still. But also it happens in all types of different fiction, TV show, movies, books. So I don't think it was that big of a, like, I can't believe that this would be the twist in like a bad way. I kind of spoiled myself, but I won't say how. But then I didn't, because I was like, oh, that doesn't really technically spoil it. I had looked on a page and I had seen something, and then I was like, oh, does that mean that's the twist? So then I read it really early on, so I really doubted myself, didn't think it was the twist. And it was kind of the twist, but not really. She did a really good job at making you believe, or like, not trust your instincts or what you think or who you think it could be. I really enjoyed this. Would recommend if you want. I would really recommend if you want a quick paced book. Like I said, I read this super quick. It reads super quickly. There was one kind of really sad part in this. It's something that happens in books and movies, TV shows, anything like that I'm not a huge fan of, and that's just like a personal thing. But it didn't ruin the book. It was just like sad, hurt my feelings kind of stuff. So it wasn't that big of a deal. If you were interested in picking this up, I would totally recommend you doing so. And honestly, I recommend binging it, because I did, and I think it added to the experience, because you're reading this, like, as the hours go by of you reading this, it's the hours that go by of them being in the RV. So I think it's really beneficial to binge it if you could. I know most people can't. I shouldn't have, because I should have been doing other stuff. But so that's gonna be everything for non-spoiler. If you want to stick around, I will do a mini spoiler review as well, and then just close out the video. If you're leaving, goodbye. This is a spoiler review now, so if you don't want spoilers, do not continue watching. Let's just say Oliver was like the evil one in this book. I mean, there was some other evils in this book, but Oliver was awful. He was an awful human being, and I am okay with him being dead. I'm just gonna say, he kept pushing girls, putting knives to people's necks, hurting people. And I get you're in like a really scary situation and you're like cramped up in this RV, And he was good in the way that he kept trying to actually do something and not just like give up. So he was trying to help them and get out, except for he was super hypocritical. And they even called him out on that. Like, he didn't want to tell his secret, but everyone else is the most awful person ever for not telling their secret. I will be honest, I did think maybe Maddie had something. I mean, she did have a secret, obviously, that she kind of knew that it was her mom that killed Red's mom, but I thought she was gonna possibly, I was in between Maddie and Red, that they were the answer to this, why this sniper was there, because they kept talking about, Red kept noticing this look in her eyes, so that kept getting noted, so I thought maybe it was gonna come up, which it kind of did, because she did talk about how she knew that her mom probably killed Red's mom, but and then Red kept talking about her plan, which I figured that had something to do with the twist, so it was like pointing it out. I will say, I guess I could have said this in the non-spoiler part, I found her writing to be repetitive at times. I think maybe she tried to do it on purpose. Like, she kept saying the same things, like, oh, the look in her eyes, or she kept saying survive the night, and that's why I think this was supposed to be called Survive the Night, because it kept being said, and if it wasn't going to be the title, then why did she keep saying it? 5, survive as a title gives away that someone dies. Like, I get it, because we're hinted at someone, like the person that it's their secret, they're going to die. Because it's called 5 survive and we have 6 people in the RV, we know someone's gonna die. So it kind of is conflicting to me with the title. I like the title in theory, but there's just that. I kind of spoiled for me because I looked at the back of the book and I was trying to see how many pages were like in this book. And then I saw the yours, Arthur, and so I kind of figured he had something to do with something, but then I kind of tried to backtrack myself out of it and be like, oh no, he just wrote her a note because they lived happily ever after, because that is what happens in a lot of YA mysteries, like the romance prevails, including her other books. I thought maybe he had written her note because they were good, but I thought it probably had to do with the twist. But during the book I did really doubt myself, because I could see, like I said, I thought maybe it was Maddie or Red had the secret. I thought that there was a listening device. I was like Oliver, I'll give him that. I thought there was a listening device a long time ago, like before they guessed that, but I can't remember already what I thought, who was the mole. One thing I will say, Simon didn't really feel like a real character. He just felt like a side character, just as he used to get Arthur introduced into the group, and his uncle had the RV, and that was his secret, was that his uncle did illegal stuff with RVs. So I think he could have been developed a little bit more, but not the biggest deal. I am really sad about that couple dying. I knew it was gonna happen because that always happens in books, like innocent people die, and I would have been okay with anyone in the RV dying. Not in like that way. The only one I disliked was Oliver, but I just felt so bad for them. And then they kept talking about how her daughter's gonna feel bad, and it just hit me right in the heart, and I just wanted to scream at Oliver and be like, this is like, they're dead because of you. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and if you think you might enjoy it, I would definitely recommend picking it up, reading it. If you liked her other books, I would recommend it. People are saying like the twist is far-fetched, and I just don't know that I feel the same, because I've seen so many shows and movies where this is what happens, is the DA or someone in the police is working with the mob and they're getting money to send them information and to protect them and all that kind of stuff. And so that happens in fiction all the time. their mom, I can't remember her name is, Catherine, getting probably found out by Red's mom, and that's probably why she killed her, and then the mob killing her because she, well, I guess it was technically Arthur, but he was part of the mob, killing her because of what she was like or whatever. I just, like, that's always a plot line in police shows and all that kind of stuff, so I don't really know why people say it's far-fetched. Maybe they think it doesn't happen in real life, but I'm pretty sure it happens, and like I'm 99% sure it happens in real life, so I'm not really sure. That's mostly what I read for criticisms. I did not think I was gonna like this in the first 15 pages. I will say that. First 15 pages, it was like weird thoughts, and like the way it was written, I was like, this is not going to be for me. But then it got back to normal writing and I was okay with it. I think this would be like one of my top books by her for sure. 4 stars all overall, great rating, would recommend for sure. It could maybe be a 4.5 if I really cared, but I don't think I care enough to put it as that on my Goodreads. So that's all for this video. If you like it, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both those would mean the absolute world to me. If you've read this, let me know what you think of it down below. I will see you in my next video. Bye!